The nights go by, the days just linger.
I realize that I'm walking on sensitive ground. I've been living far too long in this unfamiliar town where smiles are few.
Hey, here we are, and ultimate repeat offender, Mr. ReW GaLinDo. Thanks for coming back and bugging me. No, just kidding. But it is true.
That isn't true.
Yeah, here. Is that one loud enough?
That's fine. No, that's not.
There you go. So today is the last Wednesday of June already. Darn, this month, did it go fast for you?
It did go fast, that's it.
And it's National Catfish Day. So I do have some little catfish here, believe it or not, for our guests when they share a skeleton. And it's also National Strawberry Parfait. And we actually also have little strawberry parfaits. So you get a catfish and a parfait when you share your skeleton today. I think that is just amazing. So we got lots of sweet fun for everybody's naughty little stories. And what else happened on this day? Let's see. The U.S. Supreme Court rules that minors cannot be automatically sentenced to life in prison without parole. In 2012, the Supreme Court ruled that. But what about when a minor is tried like an adult?
I don't know. I'm a minor. I think there's plenty of time.
Yeah, but don't they change the rules every time they feel like it?
It seems that way.
I mean, I don't really quite understand that. All right, so I guess if you're a minor and you do something really messed up, like what's been going on, they don't get sentenced to life without parole. So they always have parole in there, especially if they're on Orange is the New Black. I'm sure then they really can never get life without parole. But we'll see what happens with that. New York becomes the largest state to legalize same-sex marriage when Governor Cuomo signed the New York Marriage Equality Law. Yeah. It couldn't have come on a better date because it is the week of Pride, and you know, I just don't understand why anyone would tell anyone else that they cannot marry someone. Don't they understand what that means? Anyway, let them get married. It's always a treat, right? Have you ever been married?
No, never got around to it.
Oh, well then maybe you should check it out.
That's
According to new studies, the number of adults in the world with diabetes has doubled since 1980.
My goodness.
You can come have some strawberry parfait and some catfish, and we'll add to that. Yeah, of course. According, internet traffic reaches an unprecedented level after entertainer Michael Jackson's death triggers an outpouring of worldwide grief. I love you, Michael Jackson, and you are the ultimate angel today, and we were going to get to that. Today is the year. It's 5 years?
Today?
5 years
Wow.
since Michael Jackson turned into our permanent angel. I have a Michael Jackson doll that did you like Michael Jackson?
Oh, when I was a kid, but earlier on.
Yeah.
I wasn't into him later. I got into other stuff.
I know, but he's such
He was all right. He was a talent. He was
He
a talent.
definitely
I
was.
had a lot of respect for him.
Of course we do. Warren Buffett donated $30 billion to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation on this day. Yeah. Can you imagine? He could end world hunger. He could do so much. Why did he have to give it to Bill Gates? I mean, come on. I know, it's the foundation. It's a good thing, right? $30 billion. Can you imagine? I can't even. I would just take like a fraction of one of the billions is fine for me. Yeah. All right, $1 billion. Come on. Are you still around, Warren Buffett? We could use your help. Christie's auctions off Princess Di's clothing on this day, June 25th, for $5.5 million. And you know what just happened to Bob Dylan's written, did you see that?
No.
His, like a Rolling Stone, they just at Sotheby's yesterday got $2 million for his handwritten, like $1 million. It's the highest money ever gotten for scribble on
The original draft.
the original draft, right? Exactly. Good for them. Who gets that money? Bob Dylan get any of it? Nobody knows. Oh well, that's fine. Jamaica issues a warrant out for Sade. I love Sade. Who fails to report to court on charges of failure to obey a cop who signaled her to stop. Go Sade. I love her. Yay. That's her skeleton. Operator. Oh, I love her. She's so cool. I wish I was in Jamaica with Sade. That would have been a fun trip. Alexander's, who remembers Alexander's department store? They closed all 11 stores on this day. Goodbye, Alexander's. Martina Navratilova wins the record 100th singles match at Wimbledon on this day in '91. I wonder if she played after that. So I guess Wimbledon's happening right now, of course, the first of the beginning. NBC decides to air episodes of Quantum Leap for 5 straight days on this day in 1990. I can't believe that show's that old. You were 3 years old. How do you even remember that show?
My family watched it.
Yeah. I can't believe it's that old, Quantum Leap. That was like such a modern show, right? Wouldn't you leap into different time zones? Supreme Court rules family members cannot end lives of comatose relatives unless those relatives previously made their wishes known. That's so funny. You can't pull the plug on somebody unless they said pull the plug, right?
Yeah, it has to be like written out, living.
But like they can't write it out if you don't know you're going to be in that situation, you know? I mean,
Good to plan ahead.
I guess so. I guess I better plan ahead. The first U.S. postmark dedicated to lesbian and gay pride came out on this day. Yeah. I mean, come on. They got a stamp, and it was 1989. Oh, I love you, Dippy. Fireworks factory near Hallett, Oklahoma explodes, and 21 people die on this day. Can you imagine? Oh my. Yeah, that is crazy. Firework factories, they got, I wonder what they were doing in there to have it explode. Were they having a party, like pre-4th of July? Like, no, that's terrible. Evita, who remembers Evita? Was on Broadway after 1,568 performances. That's a lot. Don't cry for me, Argentina, right?
Yeah.
And then Madonna got to make the movie of She Had to Be Evita. And then it's so bizarre because that happened on this day, June 25th in 1983, and on June 25th in 1972, Juan Perón was elected president of Argentina.
Right.
Same day. Isn't that crazy? Different year. 400 million watched Beatles' Our World TV special in 1967. Does anybody remember that? Our World, God.
Yeah, that's where they performed All You Need Is Love.
Oh, really?
It was the first worldwide satellite broadcast.
That's it. Well, 400 million.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali, on the same exact day, same year, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, was sentenced to 5 years in jail. Wow, he had a bad day and the Beatles had a good day.
Yep.
People, the Beatles again, 1 year earlier, Paperback Writer, the single goes to #1 and stays #1 for 2 weeks. I had a friend that was his favorite Beatles
That was a
song.
good one.
Yeah. The YMCA in New York plays Beatles' Hard Day's Night album 10 days prior to its scheduled release.
Oh, wow.
And they decide to release it June 26th, the next day. They leaked it. Yeah. That's funny.
things would have been very different.
You think? What if they waited?
Yeah.
Why?
I never know. I don't know. It's just.
That's the way it was meant to happen, I
That's the way it
guess.
had to happen.
The Supreme Court rules that New York City school prayer is unconstitutional. On this day, in 1962. Yeah, gosh. So what is that? So you weren't allowed to say prayers in school anymore? Imogene Coco's last show aired on television on this day. The first passenger to fly commercially around the world did it on June 25th. It took 100 hours in 1953 to go around the whole world. That seems pretty slow.
It's only 125,000 miles around.
Took the whole world?
Around the center. It's 125,000 miles.
It took 100 hours. Where did they stop for gas, I just wonder? I just
A little
don't
over
even
100
know.
That took so long, they had to stop and refill up.
Yeah, where would they stop? It's not my thing. It's not on my list, so I don't need to know. First color TV broadcast on CBS was on June 25th, 1951, and it was Arthur Godfrey from New York City to 4 cities. First color on this day. Adolf Hitler on this day in 1940 views the Eiffel Tower and the Parade of Napoleon in France. I wonder what he was like. No comment. Kiss Me in a Casket by Ella Fitzgerald with Chick Webb hit #1 on this day. Yay. We all know that, right? Kiss Me in a Casket. Federal minimum wage law guarantees workers per hour. 40 cents per hour. Imagine. And that was an increase. Oh my God! Now they're trying to get $10 an hour, right? Or 20? I don't know.
Please,
Whatever it is, it's like 8,
A
right?
man in Seattle's like $15 an hour.
They get, wow, let's go there.
I know, isn't that
The
great?
lunar eclipse is the first astronomical event recorded in the U.S., and that was on this day in 1638. Yeah, wow. Birthdays today. It's Matt LeBlanc's birthday. If anybody remembers him from Friends. George Michael's birthday is today. I wonder how he's celebrating. Anthony Bourdain, born in New York City, the New York chef, Kitchen Confidential. Anybody know who? I agree, right? Tim Finn, the rocker from Split Enz and Crowded House, it's his birthday today. Yes, Jimmy J.J. Walker, he was born in the Bronx too. It's his birthday today. She was Miss America, and she turned into like an actress and a sportscaster on CBS. Alan Lanier, does anyone remember him from Blue Oyster Cult? It's his birthday today. Ian McDonald from King Crimson and Foreigner's birthday is today. Carly Simon's birthday is today. I bet she thinks that song's about her too, you know. I mean, come on, so many songs. I love Carly Simon.
She's great.
She's great. June Lockhart. Who doesn't love June Lockhart? What do you like her best in? Lassie, Lost in Space, or Petticoat Junction? She had a great career, that June Lockhart. Happy birthday. Yeah, Mrs.
I love that show.
It was a great show, right?
And all the aliens always spoke English.
Alien. Yeah, of course. That was the best. I like it better than any other space show, truthfully. George Orwell's birthday is today. Gosh, what would the world would have been without Animal Farm in 1984? I know. He did make a dent. And Angels, yes, we said already, Michael Jackson, he beat it on this day. He certainly did. I know, I love him. He's so bad, right? I know, that was really bad, but, you know, it's all in love of Michael. Hussein al-Ghazmi, the president of North Yemen, was murdered on this day. So I definitely feel he's an angel with us today. Johnny Mercer, the U.S. songwriter that wrote that Old Black Magic, died on this day. Stanford White, the architect, I have to say things like this because he was shot dead atop Madison Square Garden, which he designed. by Harry Thaw, jealous husband of Evelyn Nesbit. Wow, that's all like New York City freaking trivia, man. Isn't that crazy? The guy who designed Madison Square Garden was shot dead by the jealous husband of Evelyn Nesbit. So what do you think was going on in that Madison Square Garden? A little hanky-panky, huh? Wow. Edward V, the King of England, was murdered on this day. There were so many murders on this day. God, June 25th, be careful, everyone. Please be careful when you go outside today. And there is one more. Simon de Montfort, a leader of the Crusades, died on this day. And that's enough for me. Is it enough for you?
It's enough for me.
All right. So
I've had enough violence for one day. Let's
yeah. We're going to have some guests and have some fun on this Strawberry Parfait Catfish Day. Yeah, we'll be right back. All right, so now...
And far between, I spend my time